good morning, and welcome to Catherine's Garden and Home. Well, it is a rainy Saturday morning. So today what I'm going to do is just show you what I've been doing in the new food bed and how it was designed. I'm going to organize that and let you see the work done over there. This was my project for this week, Friday. I think it's coming out really nice. So this is what my husband calls the food bed, and soon I'm going to be designing it and putting it together, and we will plant out our cucumbers and other veggies here. But in the meantime, this has just turned out so nice. With the hostas and the beautiful garlic mustard plants with their white flowers. Then we have the daylilies, the violets with their beautiful purple flowers here. So I've already started working in this area by creating a pathway with the chips and cutting out and designing the areas. This is, I think that this is cabbage from before, or Brussels sprouts, one of them that's seeded. It might be the Brussels sprouts that's seeded on their own here. These are volunteers. But this is the area that we're going to be working on here and creating the vegetable part. Now it gets great morning sun, and it gets a lot of sun for a good amount of hours in the morning, and in the evening, like around this time, which is around 6 o'clock or so, it has dapple sun and shade. I started to put together what we call food bed. I created a pathway with the wood chips. And then I spaced out this section here. I started to put in some tomatoes, the early girls, an eggplant, and I believe that is Brussels sprouts that we seeded. I'm going to add some more paths around with wood chips, and also set up some paths for the squashes and things. And I'm hoping to plant some cucumbers in this area as well. I placed on this side the tomatoes, big boys. I know that they'll grow well because I planted tomatoes in this section before. But now they have plenty of room and I can monitor them better. Over here I planted the eggplants. They've done very well in this section in the past. Grew very big and had really luscious fruit or veggies. So overall, I'm pleased with how this section is coming along. So I have been working on this area, which we are calling the food bed. It's also sharing this section here with the ground covers, the different types of ground cover. But we have been trying to build up this bed for a long time. The last, would say 3 years. We've been working on building up the soil. This year we got ourselves some more compost, and I used the compost last year as well. That was the first time. So we put a lot of compost and leaves and so forth in the bed, and it was productive. But this year we really wanted to design it well and really see what we can get out of this bed. So we've been working on building up the soil, but also giving it some additional things. Well, it worked out that I could get the wood chips because we cut down the trees earlier. My neighbor also cut down her trees, and so I was able to get the wood chips to create the paths, which I think is so good. I mean, it just makes it easier to handle this area, and that you're not walking in dirt and so forth. And then also the wood chips that I was using before was the mulch that had the chemicals in it, whereas these are natural wood chips from our trees here in the neighborhood. And so they'll decompose over time. Underneath it I put cardboard, and then I put the wood chips on top. And with the compost though, it's just the leaves and some grass clippings, different things that have fallen from the tree here, and I just put the compost over it. First I weeded it out, and then I put the compost on, marked the beds. Now that wood is from wooden pallets that I'd gotten from up the street where they're doing some construction, and also my son's house, they had some wood pallets there, and I made him take it up and bring it over, and I'm so glad I did, because I'm now able to use it to define the bed. And then here, this area here, I've already started planting in some tomatoes. The eggplant looks so good there, and that I believe is Brussels sprouts. Yeah, so this area is coming out pretty good. And then here I have the tomatoes, and we're filling it out. I'm going to put over here also my cucumbers. In the past I've planted cucumbers and they did very well, and I'm going to also put in some squashes and things like that. And at this time is when this bed gets a lot of sun. We also have planted in some impatiens. So this this area is not just for food but also for pleasure. But right here, those plants, those are eggplants, and they did so well back here. We had planted them there before and they did really, really well. And then here we have the tomatoes here, also the impatiens. And then I'm going to pull out this stuff, this garlic, mustard, before it goes to seed, because then it'll just be all over. Yeah, so it's ready for planting. It's ready to receive the different food and so forth. And I'm excited about this work. And yes, I did it. It's just that I could not manage a camera and concentrate on working at the same time. So that's why you didn't see me busily putting it together, because it would have just been a lot for me. And I have to get myself in a tripod for the camera. So that's one of the reasons why it's a little bit difficult to set up the camera like that. That is something that I'm working on. But anyway, in the meantime, you get to see this. And I will bring you along for the time when I am putting in my seedlings into the ground, and you'll be able to see that. I can handle that a little bit more easily. Food bed, I planted some pumpkins here. Right there is potato, an old onion. But this is the design of it. The entrance, you'll enter in here. I finally put it together here. I have some tomatoes already in, and I also planted in my seedlings of cucumbers. I'm gonna line it up. That's just one brand, that's the pickling kind, and then I'm going to put in some more cucumbers here. They did very well in this area last year, so I know that they will do fine here. And then I put over here some pumpkins as well. Plants. We also planted the eggplants and some of the impatiens here in this border. There are already some squash plants planted back here too, so they'll have plenty of place to trail with the impatiens and tomatoes. So this is what the garden looks like from this angle. This was my project for this week, Friday. I think it's coming out really nice. And it's going to be even more beautiful when it's filled with vegetables, flowers, and I'm able to walk around in it and enjoy my work. My husband and I working together to make it happen. For more videos, like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. And thank you so much for watching. See you next time right here in Catherine's Garden. Bye.